All right, everybody. I'm just getting things set up right now. Thank you for joining me. Got a lot to share with you this evening. Just give me a moment. I'll make sure I got everything set up appropriately. Here is my audio good. Can you hit 1 for good audio, 2 for maybe a little too low or too high? So I got good audio right now. Thank you. I'm hanging in, man. It's been a long day. It's been a very long day today, but I'm hanging in. Thank you very much for being here, Darlene Jones-Nelson, Mike Taylor, Lynn Wood-Jones, Peanut 411. Hey, there's a familiar face I really like to see. I missed you, Peanut. Thanks for being here. Mike Taylor, Acura, Amanda, Girl. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Everybody, all right, good audio, good audio. Let me get my channel link for Poor Dirt Farmer. I'll go ahead and share the stream link, or the panel link with you guys so you can join me on StreamYard if you'd like to chat for a few minutes about this. Just bear with me, please. I'm just getting set up. Let's see here. It's been a long time since I've been down in the studio. I'm a little disheveled. Please bear with me. Let's see, copy link address. We'll get this over here to PDF. Bing, bang, boom. I know. And we'll get in the StreamYard. How do I do that? Invite, copy to clipboard, done. And for the viewers here, let's see, paste. If anybody would like to join the stream, the panel at some point, I would be more than happy to have you on board to discuss today's events, to get your analysis of what's happened, and to talk about what I anticipate doing about it. I had a very lengthy itinerary of business to conduct today in the town of Vernon, Connecticut. Just a quick recap for anyone who might not have seen the unlawful arrest today and what I was doing on my channel today. I ventured off to the town of Vernon and in a very valiant effort to essentially make some progress in my family court case. My poor 12-year-old little girl is being abused and victimized by her mother and her drug-addicted boyfriends and the various strange men she has coming into the house on parole and high on fentanyl and heroin. And there's a crazy, crazy scenario that I'm dealing with right now, and the state of Connecticut seems to be facilitating all of the abuse and trauma and neglect and doing absolutely nothing about it, despite the tremendous level of evidence I've presented that it is a daily and ongoing problem for my 12-year-old daughter. There's been judicial procedural requirement violations committed in this courthouse by 3 different judges. I've been trying to improve my daughter's life diligently since I separated with my ex in 2014. Things came to a head on Mother's Day in 2020, Mother's Day weekend. My daughter refused to return home to her mother's house, physically trembling in fear, claiming something terrible had happened there, but her mother had advised her not to tell me ever what happened and not to tell Grandma or Grandpa or Auntie Shell or Auntie Beth or Auntie Nancy or anybody in my family what's been going on in that house. And that unto itself is child abuse. So that's when Tyrant Slayer Studios was essentially born. This is a big, long recap. You'll have to bear with me here, but this is all relative and very important information that gives you a little bit more insight into who I am and what this channel is about, and how it's just as much for my family as it is yours. So anyway, that weekend I decided I wasn't going to allow my daughter to return to her mother's house. And then you see the driveway video, failed intimidation. They try to take my daughter from me, telling me they have a court order. They don't have a court order. the state police had no jurisdiction. They escorted my ex onto the property after she was already given a trespass warning. We get into court over all this stuff. They used a civil capias without giving me 24-hour notice in writing or anything. They just called me up one day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon while I'm sitting there looking for an attorney taking care of my 5 children. And they tell me I have until 3 o'clock to be at the courthouse or 4 o'clock to be at the courthouse with my daughter in my presence, or I'm going to be arrested and held on a $5,000 bond. Which is kind of funny because today's bond was $10,000 and it doesn't even involve a minor. My audio's still good here. Everything's good. Please smash that like button. Why can't I hear anything? Hi, Inspector, for you. So anyway, I've been having long story short, I've been having a terrible hard time with this court case. And the court has been breaking the law. The judges, I got one judge to recuse herself. I've gotten a GAL, a guardian ad litem, terminated in the state of Connecticut, which is unheard of. That's an enormous victory. I've got a ton of stuff in my favor, and everything's coming to a head. But the one thing I don't have, and I've been denied access to over and over and over again, there's one obstruction after another. I've got months of email correspondence I would love to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys and be publishing throughout this week with the clerks who have also called the police. Last time I went to try to pick up or inspect records at the courthouse, just like I did today, and I need these records for my court case to protect my daughter. The clerks filed a false police report and had to try to have me arrested for creating a disturbance. Asking questions and seeking clarity in a very calm and very kind of monotone, impartial way, evidently is interpreted by these clerks as a disturbance. So on that day, June the 3rd, I have not released body cam footage for that yet. I have not published my notice of intent to sue. I have not published any of the actions I've taken to address what happened on June 3rd. But essentially what happened today at the courthouse is the same thing. I went to that courthouse, my official business, and this is after I went to the Vernon Police Department, spoke with the chief of police this morning. I inspected the records I was after at the Vernon Police Department. Kind of no problem, but, the clerk was a little bit of a problem. She shut the window on me, because I was filming, Please check out the live stream. That live stream from this morning at Vernon PD is in the video description here in this live stream. So you should watch that if you missed it. It was a hell of a morning at Vernon PD. And then from there, I went and did a static recording at the Vernon Town Hall. I took a look at the comprehensive annual financial report and got a little insight into how the town of Vernon is wasting everyone's money. And then from there, it was off to the courthouse. The idea and the objective here at the courthouse today was to essentially avoid all the rings and hoops that the lying clerks, who have gone as far in their lies to say, I never filled out a fee waiver form, the judge hasn't approved X, Y, or Z. Meanwhile, I did. And they should absolutely have record of all of that. But when I went to pick up the records the first time, they called the police on me, told me they didn't have any of that information in their great big lie, and that they didn't have any records for me, and that I was asked to leave, and I'm breaking the law. I was threatened with arrest if I didn't ID. I was illegally detained. I was forced to ID under the threat of duress. It's going to be coming out probably in the next couple of weeks. I'll publish that stuff for you here. The Internal Affairs Unit of the State Police is like molasses in January, and that's putting it lightly. That's a very kind and gentle euphemism for this troop of state police here in the state of Connecticut. I believe it's Troop C. They are out of Tolland. So anyway, today the objective was to get on that public computer and review those records, inspect them, and then take photographic copy of them on my own phone, so I don't have to pay for the copies and go through all their rigmarole. And then essentially take the information I having those court transcripts from my family court proceeding in which the plaintiff, my ex, has committed like 37 counts of perjury, and then corroborate my charges of perjury in my own criminal affidavit. The state's making me write my own criminal affidavit because the police don't enforce perjury charges. Yeah, imagine that. It's a felony statute. It's a state statute. It's a felony statute here in the state of Connecticut, perjury. But the police don't enforce that. They just kind of pick and choose what laws they're going to enforce here in the town of Vernon and at Troop C. So I've been forced by the negligence of the state and our law enforcement officials to go down there and conduct this business myself, right? For a second or third or fourth time, whatever time this is, right? So you see what happened. They don't want to let me in the building because I'm recording. Now, I did a static recording before I even tried to enter the building. I called Troop C. Unfortunately, I do not have the static recording for you because they've seized my phone. They've seized Tyrant Slayer Studios Mobile 1 has been impounded. A bicycle. The police have impounded an electric bicycle. And all of the video equipment and power supplies and all my stuff. I've got $5,000 worth of equipment seized by the state today. And all I was doing was trying to acquire, inspect, and retain copy of the pertinent evidence contained within court transcripts from previous proceedings that have taken place over the last year so that I could corroborate my claims of perjury and other charges I want filed against the plaintiff and the judges and the attorney representing the plaintiff, who needs to be disbarred. I will not drop any names yet. I'm going to be very careful not to get any of these videos taken down. But the bar associated attorney who's representing the plaintiff needs to be removed. He should not be allowed to practice here in the state for his egregious violations of the Constitution, my rights, and the entire judicial proceeding. The guy, while under oath, stopped the plaintiff from making a truthful statement, told the judge verbatim, the plaintiff indicated to me that she was prepared to come in and be 100% truthful with us today. I told her she doesn't need to do that. He's encouraging the plaintiff in front of the judge to lie under oath. That's the kind of stuff I've been dealing with. So the irrefutable evidence to get on top of all of this kangaroo court is within those transcripts. All of her false statements. Tyrone, I will absolutely make you moderator. I'm sorry I'm not looking up at the chat right now. I'm just trying to get situated. There's a lot for us to get our heads around. I'm still kind of in shock from being in jail for almost 10 fucking hours today. What the hell is going on around here? Right? So rather than getting these records, again, rather than getting one step closer to bringing my daughter into a safe environment and out of the hands of her criminal, sociopathic, narcissistic, drug-addicted, prostituting mother, pardon my French. Actually, let's leave the French out of this one. Pardon my language. I'm not one step closer to doing that. In fact, I've been set back yet again by the very same marshals, by the very same clerks, and by some of the very same members of the very same troop that have been obstructing my access to these public records and preventing me from getting them, and exposing 3 judges, a guardian ad litem, Department of Children and Families, who actually led the plaintiff to the abusive relationship she's in now. And then I got DCF, Department of Children and Families, to admit under oath that they never even did an investigation regarding my complaint, my concern, my report to them about what was going on over there. They never even did an investigation. They did what they call a preliminary review. And we didn't see anything in our preliminary review that indicated your daughter was in any danger. Meanwhile, all the police reports throughout that time when DCF was allegedly involved indicate that there is drug abuse, domestic violence, possible child abuse, possible molestation, prostitution, solicitation for sex. I mean, I thought it was such an easy thing to win, given the strength and the power and the overwhelming abundance of evidence, that I was like, I don't even need an attorney for this. When they forced me to come into court under the capias and then misuse the capias, once I appear, a civil capias is used to require you to appear before the court. Once you appear before the court, the capias is adjudicated. It's removed. It's no longer in play, for lack of better legal mumbo jumbo. Okay, it's off the table. So at 4:58 that day, when they got me to surrender under the threat of duress my custody and my guardianship of my daughter into the hands of this terrible, terrible child-abusing woman who calls herself a mother, at 4:58, when they realized that they had no leverage over me and nothing to force me to leave the courthouse without my daughter, the judge allowed the plaintiff's attorney to reinstate, ask for the capias to be put back on me. And they threatened me under if you leave the courthouse with your daughter today. See, a capias isn't used to dictate what I do when I leave court. A capias is used to dictate, you need a court order to dictate what I do after the court proceeding, right? You can't use a capias, right? But that's what they did, so I'm going after 3 judges, the GAL, the plaintiff's attorney, and when they appointed that public defender, because they can't have this proceeding without the public defender, they forced me to take a public defender in the middle of this civil proceeding. And the public defender said to me, when I said, hey, wait, what are they doing? That's not what a capias is. I've read the practice book. I know kind of what I'm, looking at here. That's totally wrong. I can't do that. I whispered that to him. And he didn't voice any representation for me at all. You know what he said to me? He said 4 words. This is my public defender appointed by the state. This is 4 words. You need a lawyer. You need a lawyer, is what he said to me. So right there I have legal precedents and grounds, recourse to sue the state for inadequate representation. And all of the damages that one single thing has cost, one part of this case has cost, are all going to be awarded to my daughter. That's the objective here. We're going to sue the shit out of these judges, out of the state of Connecticut, out of the town of Vernon, out of the police who have been obstructing records, out of the chief clerk, Roy Smith, who's been operating as Janice McDonald, forging letters, saying you're Janice McDonald. That lady's been retired for months. You got a retired family case flow coordinator who's retired, and hang on a second, I got an audio problem here. All right, fix that. Anyway, lots going on. So today, obviously, if you guys were watching the live stream, you saw me get illegally arrested, and basically I just told you why I was there. And rather than having access to the public records that are going to save my daughter's life, I was arrested and obstructed from getting them yet again. And this has been going on for months at the expense of a 12-year-old minor child. So I'm very displeased today. My mind is I'm moving real fast right now. I'm going to slow down a little bit for you guys. Audio still good? Give me one for good audio. Oh yeah, tampering with evidence. It'll be interesting when I get on my software here on the computer to see if they did anything on my phone while they actually had it in their custody. Oh, and conveniently, there's no cameras in that lobby where they jumped me. And if anybody was watching, you might have noticed the captain who led the charge pulled everybody up the long hallway towards the clerk's office. And it's almost like he said, all right, I'm going to grab his camera. You guys get behind him and pull him down. Because that's exactly what happened. No chance to leave. He says, you have to leave. I said, why? Have I done something wrong? Boom, he's on me. Because you're recording. Boom, he's assaulting me right there. That's assault. He has no legal authority to touch me. I'm in a public lobby. I didn't even go through the security checkpoint. I'm absolutely on public property. I'm not breaking any laws. I was actually told to wait where I was standing. because the police were called. But then the captain wanted to come out and try to tell me they're going to take my bike. I'll never see my bike again. They're going to arrest me, blah, 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 blah. You should hear all the shit talking that goes on after they get you in cuffs. It's unbelievable. So here's some of my paperwork. How do I stop showing this comment? Oh, hide. All right. Here's some of the paperwork. And before I get into that, I did take the time before I left the troop to get the names of the complicit officers who are complicit in the crime. Like the arresting officers arrested me without a warrant, arrested me without probable cause, detained me without probable cause. All they have is hearsay. All they have is statements from marshals. And I'm like, well, why don't we just watch the video? They don't want to watch the video. They want to seize my phone. I said, well, the video's not on my phone. There is no evidence of today's events on my phone. The video can be found on my YouTube channel, or in my Google account. I'd be happy to sit down with the shift commander and watch that video. Oh, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to see the facts. They want to pretend that they've done nothing wrong. They want to give me the internal affairs number. Take this number down, everybody. The internal affairs number for Troop C in Tallinn, Connecticut is 1-877-746-1922. Again, that's 1-877-746-1922. That's internal affairs for Troop C, Tallinn, Connecticut. The case number, my case number here, I specifically asked him to write the case number down so that when I call internal affairs, I can refer to this specific arrest. Let's see if Boy Genius was smart enough to give me the information I so politely asked for. So far, I do not see it. That's a real shame. I can't even give you guys a case number right now. But there's my 10% cash surety bond. $10,000. Right there. Let me get it. There you go. We paid $1,000 to get out. That shit fucking hurts, man. We got Christmas coming up, and I got 5 kids. That hurts. I just lost my $3,000 bike, and now it's impounded. What do I got to pay? $200, $300, $400 to get a fucking $3,000 bike and all of my equipment on it back. Here's the charges: 53A-181. Woo! Breach of peace, misdemeanor. Woo! That's never going to stick. You know how they try to throw the breach of peace charge at me? That's oh, you're standing in my post. You might have seen that in the live stream. You're standing in my post. That's my post. Now you're obstructing court procedures. Right. As soon as I step in the foyer, he was never in a post. So, hey, where's this guy's post? How come he's not at his post? What's he doing? Right. And we got 53A-107. And one charge added about 2 hours after I was in jail. 53A-167C. The charges are breach of peace, trespassing, and assault on a peace officer, I think? Assault on a public safety officer. They're going to try. Well, yeah, you hit him with an elbow. I didn't hit anybody with an elbow. If I was going to hit somebody, I would have hit them right in the mouth, and I'd have their teeth to show you right here. That's what I said to him. I said, wow, I should have punched that fucking guy right in the mouth. Then at least I'd have a legitimate charge against me, but no, these are all completely false charges. Completely fucking bullshit is what it is. Badge number 259 is the arresting officer. They're calling him badge number 259. They gave him a doctor's signature, but the arresting officer's name, make no mistake about it, is Davis. I don't know if that's actually his badge number, though, because I don't have his name next to that legibly, and I can't determine if it's his. But the two officers the two troopers that responded today, their names are Davis and Honeywell. Now, Honeywell started out of the gate real strong and real promising for me. Even Davis seemed to be right with me as far as what I was doing there. I made it very clear to both of them that I wanted to file assault charges on the captain and on that fat slob Diaz, who was all over me even before they went hands-on in the lobby. This guy was pushing me around in the entrance. Like, you saw it, walking up to me, putting his hands on me, chest bumping me and shit. That's assault. That's assault. Right? So, do you think the state police let me fill a police report out today and give them a sworn statement for assault? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The shift commander that I asked to speak with left. The arresting officer, Davis, he just left. He didn't come back, tell me what he found in his investigation. Wasn't interested in watching the video of what actually happened. He just wants to go off of the hearsay provided by the marshals. He doesn't want to see what happened. Right? And then after I cooperated and really kind of created a relaxed environment for Honeywell, well, then he became just like the rest of them. And what's really unfortunate about that is this poor son of a bitch doesn't realize he's doing the dirty work of Davis there. And the sergeant who set my bond at $10,000 and then called an hour later and said, no, we're going to take his phone too. with no cause. Meanwhile, there is pertinent evidence that I've been gathering that is absolutely relevant in a present-day family court case. Like, they're obstructing my right to represent myself by taking my evidence, which I had gathered today and retained on my telephone. Like, do you people see the red flags I see here? So I had everybody involved, including Sergeant Beloit, who I believe was the shift commander who left. That's badge number 287. He's going to be held complicit in this illegal arrest. This is a crime. These guys allowed the marshals to commit a crime, get away with it, and then arrest me for it. Sergeant Merrill. He seems like a nice guy. He was the shift commander right as I was bonding out, and he was genuinely helpful. Doesn't seem like a bad guy. In fact, my last words with him were, geez, man, you seem really, you seem awful, too pleasant. You're awful pleasant, too pleasant to be a state trooper. What the hell's wrong with you? He just laughed. The arresting trooper, Davis, badge number 784. Davis's badge number is 784, in case you want to know. And it looks like Honeywell must have been badge number 529. Gagney was like a rookie. He looks like he's 22 years old. They sent him down to give me all my property and stuff back. And I told him, too. I was like, dude, they're sending you down here to do the dirty work? You're like a grunt for a bunch of criminals dressed as state troopers. You know that, right? Don't hang out with these guys, I told him. They're going to get you in serious trouble. And he looked at me like, are you for real right now? And I just looked at him, and he gave me that nod like he knew I was for real. Again, Internal Affairs, Troop C, 1-877-746-1922. I didn't actually see the video. I don't know if I want to watch it. I am going to give you guys some notice here. Let's check through the comments. Amanda, thanks again for being here. Heather Holt. Air-cooled accountability. Awesome. I like how you typed that out. Alex Paps. I'm doing all right, Acura. My wife is all screwed up, which screws me up, that's all. Once I saw my wife or heard my wife was crying, that's when I wanted to, that's when I lose my composure. I could keep it together until somebody messes with my wife, man. Things get pretty bad pretty fast. But I kept it together. Oh, here's the wife. I didn't know you were there. Acura is here with us. Hey, Jim 420, Jimmy 420, thanks, man. I'm glad I'm good, too. It was a long, long day. I haven't even eaten anything since 9 o'clock this morning. And my blood sugar started getting low. I actually had an ambulance come over to the police station, check my blood sugar because I didn't have my test kit with me. I was getting really sick. My blood sugar was dropping. And the cops just let me sit there. My body starts shaking. I'll profusely sweat. All the water will be pushed out of my body. I'll pass out and split my head open on those concrete floors pretty quick, It's pretty bad. Nobody cares. No one wants to help. Oh, we don't have anything to give you here. We'll have medical come down. It'll be about 90 minutes. Okay. Well, good thing I'm not diabetic. But damn, did they have a lot of Narcan readily available right there in that little booking room, huh? Ain't that nice? Yeah, real nice. You people, thanks for being here. Pat Fortier. Yeah, Tyrone, I am being a little careful, but I'm so confident. I mean, there's so much I haven't revealed. Even if I did reveal a few cards in this enormous hand I have, the train and the momentum of the train that these situations have created is moving against the problem. It's moving in my favor. It's just a little ways down the tracks yet, man. But when it comes and it gets to where it needs to be and it pulls into that station, it's going to run over these tyrants. They'll never be seen or heard from again. I'm going to sue them and I'm going to criminally prosecute them. I'm going to take the immunity away from 3 judges. I've already gotten a GAL in Connecticut terminated. I think that's an extraordinary feat, almost next to impossible. And I think that's a sign of good graces. And it gives me all the hope I need to just keep doing what I'm doing here, man. I absolutely expected to get arrested today, even though I knew I was going to do everything I could not to get arrested. But I expected these people to obstruct me this way. But I will heed your advice, good sir. I sincerely appreciate it. Heather Holt, thank you so much. Frankie the Fixer. Byron Brubaker. All right. Hi, TSS. Hi to you, good sir. Thank you so much for joining me. I sincerely appreciate the support from all of you today. There have been quite a few donations coming into my PayPal account. I will respond to each and every single one of those donations. It means a lot to me right now. It really kind of carries that charitable donation. And the kind words that come along with them really do kind of carry a lot of the weight I'm dragging around right now. And it makes me, it gives me a sense of relief. And I kind of need that. I would really appreciate that. Any support, any kind words. You don't have to make a donation. Any legal advice, any resources or information. If you'd like to join me on panel, I can get you up on panel. We could do some Q&A. Frankie the Fixer, Lion One, thank you for being here. Hail SoCal. Thanks, buddy. Back at you. DPN, yeah, DPN was arrested today too. I don't know if anybody's heard of The Frog, but The Frog is evidently a channel on YouTube. I understand Hippie Auditor was porn bombed, and while I hate to lob baseless accusations around, I don't think it's completely baseless to suggest, in fact, I think it's plausible to suggest that the owner of The Frog might be the infamous porn bomber that the reward is out for. But that's just my thought. After I get off of this live stream, I am absolutely going to head on over to wherever I need to be to help DPN. I got to try to get in touch with the Activism News Network and the gang. It's going to be a little difficult to do without my telephone, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. We're going to beat this case. We're going to win the family court case, and we're going to do it together, and we're going to publicize the whole thing. We're going to educate everyone on just how to do it. Discombobulated, thank you, man. It was a very shocking arrest. I was absolutely shocked. PDF, right, all right. Hey, thank you, PDF. I appreciate it, man. PDF has been such a tremendous support unit all day long. This guy, my wife, was like in tears of joy and happiness. Thank you so much, PDF, for being a constant light in this dark day, man. Sincerely appreciate that, my guy. I mean it too. If there's anything I could do for you, if you ever need anything, please holler at me anytime, man. You know where to find me here on the community page. You can hit my email up, studioadmin at TyrantSlayerStudios.com. Anything you need, man, call me anytime. I sincerely appreciate what you did. It really helped my wife. Even My State Transparency, you were a tremendous help to my wife today. Pete from Facebook, Pete Styson, thank you so much, my man. Mr. Schwach, Justin, you were the man. Thank you so much. Hey, Breaking the Flaw, thank you so much. All cops are good. You should call it to... Hey, maybe I will do that. I love the dripping sarcasm. I appreciate the donation, my man. That goes a long way and takes a lot of, it carries some weight with me, and I really appreciate that. Brian, yep, you've seen it right on. I'm glad you were there to watch it. My mother saw it today. My mother was in 1,000 pieces. My mother saw me get arrested today, that poor lady. I'm too much of a rookie for a panel. Hey, man, it's not as hard as you think. Really, all you got to do is get a working audio device and a camera, or you can even just have a little graphic up for yourself if you want. Not too hard. If you're interested, I'll drop the link one more time shortly after I make it through these. Hoosier, what's up, man? VPN being processed right now. That was at 8:21, and it is now 8:55. So VPN's a half hour into processing. Looks like we're going to get some updates here as we're live. Thank you, New England Truth. Art Vandalay. Frankie the Fixer again, thank you. News Now Preston, right on. Haven't seen you in a long time. I was illegally arrested today. There are two, falsely arrested today. There are two links in the video description containing my visit to the Vernon PD and my visit to the courthouse where I was ultimately falsely arrested. HPR News, thank you for being here. Keeper of the lists, right on. Sailor Moon. Yeah, they are definitely targeting auditors. It certainly seems like anyone who is seeking accountability, transparency, liability, legal recourse against the injustices and the gross negligence and egregious actions of our public officials is targeted. Anybody putting a light on these dark people is targeted. DPN is out. Just did a short live. Hey, that was at 8:22. Holy shit. Well, that's very good. Lived in Connecticut for 35 years. The Constitution states. Yeah. Boy, do you have a sense of humor. I call the state of Connecticut the Nazi Socialist Democrat nanny police state. Or actually, the racketeering Nazi Socialist Democrat nanny police state. It's terribly out of control. Communists have a very strong hold in the city of New Haven. They've got some pretty good grips going on in the city of Hartford. Our own governor, his father's got communist ties. Our previous governor had communist ties. I'm going to be publishing photographs of our governor and our state officials hanging out with, well-known communists, literal communists in the Communist Party USA. And over the next 3 weeks or so, I'll be explaining to all of the viewers just how bad things are in Connecticut and why our lives have been turned upside down, why unemployment is so high, why cost of living is so high, why the jobs are dwindling away and paying less and less and less. And the only thing growing in this state is the government. The private sector has been stagnant for decades. Lots going on and lots to uncover. It's all going to be coming out here. And I need your help. We need to work together to fix these things because I can't do it myself. Clearly I cannot do it myself, right? International striker. Have you met Matt Gdansky yet? Matt Gdansky. It rings a bell. Isn't that trooper that threatened to throw the kid off the bridge? Who's your, again, Dank Delightful Gaming. DPN was arrested today, but evidently he's out. He did a short live at approximately 22 after 8. I recommend, if you're watching this, that you guys head over there at some point or another and check him out too. Show him the love. Let's see, new comments. John Burrows. Thanks for being here, John. Another from New England Truth. Yes, I was assaulted, 100%. Absolutely, man, 100%. And I'm going to beat all these charges and sue the shit out of these people. Qualified immunity isn't so easy to hang on to these days. Benar AF Anna, thanks for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button. Let's see. They need a court order signed by a judge or a lawful reason to impound or take cell phones, jewelry, etc. If they do not have a lawful reason, you can charge in personal capacity. Well, that is some very valuable information that I'm glad I've taken the time to find here. This is why I search through every single one of the comments. I love each and every one of you guys, and I value everything you say, good or bad. You know, I really take everything you guys say seriously, so keep that in mind. Yeah, Kangaroo Court sounds like everywhere. Kenosha, Wisconsin. Amen. Amen to that. That's Struck by Lightning, Teresa. I'm sorry, that's Darlene Jones Nelson. Let's see what else. Gross negligence, abuse of power, complete officer misconduct, clear as day, and unbecoming of an officer, point blank. The list goes on, and how these officials conducted themselves. Yeah, absolutely. So, Anonymous, thank you for being here. Existextant. WTF, mate. Emily Taylor, thanks for being here. Pugface Media. Just bar all the lawyers. You know, I kind of have to agree with you there. Sean Lambert. You don't need a lawyer. You just need to learn the law, my friend. That's what I'm doing. It's very painstaking. It'll keep you up until 4 in the morning, but you can learn a lot from the law libraries and Google. Jonathan Mazzilli, thank you so much. Yes, I am free, kind of. Great Lake Audits. Christian B, all around pig's ass is pork. My neck's all right. They smashed my head into that concrete. They were kneeling on my head, trying to, like, the front of my skull was being pressed into the hard concrete or ground, whatever that is there. Yeah, I would really like a bunch of you to kind of, you know, write letters, make phone calls, politely complain, get your own record of the incidents, of the body cam footage, all that stuff, and do your own analysis of it, put it on your channel, share it, you know, share your audience, share with your audience what's happened and why you think it's important and what we can all do about it together. That would be very helpful. Tapecho's Cop Watch. Good afternoon, Tyrant Slayer. What state is this? This is the state of Connecticut, good sir. Pat Fortier, yeah, okay. People answered you. Hey, Wolverine Transparency, thank you much, man. I sincerely appreciate that, bro. Burt Reynolds in the house. Woo! Tyrants disgust me too. They really do. Jonathan Mazzilli, thank you so much. Hey, you know, it's not as easy as it looks. It's not as easy as it looks, but I truly believe it's going to help create a force for positive progress. So it's my pleasure. I'm glad I can help. Dereliction of duty. You know, I don't know that falls under police conduct. I think that's an exclusive term, an exclusive legal term for military guys. But I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on that. Let's see. Glad I never had a kid. Yeah, dude, what a crazy time to have kids, man. It's terrifying. That's why I'm working so hard now to make sure, like, when I'm gone, they're not totally screwed, man. I mean, if people do nothing, by the time my kids are 40, they're going to have nothing. Let's see where we're at. How can I get a copy of the camera footage, of the body cam footage of the police? You're going to call Internal Affairs at 1-877-746-1922. And you're going to inquire about the incident at GA19, Talon Family Court, the Talon Family Courthouse on November 29th. I don't have a case number here for you, but they should be able to give you that case number over the phone and acknowledge your request. They'll probably try to throw you through the hoops. They're going to try to block your access to this body cam footage. They're going to tell you, oh, it's going to cost this much. And then they'll wait like 3 months to give it to you, or they might try to investigate you personally before they give it to you. Who knows what they'll do, but I have a feeling it's not going to be a walk on easy street. But basically, you call that number, you tell them November 29th, GA19, Talon Family Court, located at 69 Brooklyn Street, Rockville, Connecticut, involving a Mr. Timothy Riley. You can go ahead and pull a whole police report, which I don't even imagine will be written up for another week. This guy, they couldn't even use the computer system down there. It was unbelievable. I got so many mixed emotions right now. It's just hard to keep articulating, really, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I thought, Thor Anonymous. I thought the same. I'm glad you go ahead and I'm glad you backed me up on that. I wasn't 100% certain, but I do remember looking into that years ago, even before Tyrant Slayer Studios was in its infant stages. And, I thought my memory served me correct, but I wasn't 100%. So thanks for following up on that. I was pretty sure it was exclusive to military. Hi, Tyrant Slayer. Heard about you on Wolverine's channel. He's a good-hearted guy. Happy to hear you are out and okay. Well, thank you so much, Redneck Girl Transparency. That is very nice of you. I sincerely appreciate that. Oh, you look familiar. I know you. Aren't you one of us? Oh. That must be your secondary, your backup channel or something. I don't know. Or I'm just simply confusing you with somebody else. But I sincerely appreciate the support. Please tell Wolverine I said thank you. I'd like anyone and everyone interested in following up on this case to absolutely follow up. The number to the troop itself is, I'll tell you in a second, I believe it's 872-3200, but let me go ahead and just confirm that. 872-3200. Here, let's try it like this. Troop C. Connecticut. Facebook portal. Troop C. In Connecticut. Oh, here you go. Here's all of our Connecticut troops. So when we see online altercations with other troopers from other troops, here's a map. You can get the whole portal right there. But Troop C's phone number is 860-896-3200. If you're long distance, you can use 1-800-318-7633. And that is Troop C Talon, 1320 Talon Stage Road, Connecticut. So, we've got the arresting officer, Davis, is absolutely Officer Davis is complicit in the crime of the marshals who assaulted and battered me and stole my property. With no cause. I had not committed a crime. I was standing on public property. I was not trespassing. When he told me I needed to leave, he didn't give me a chance to leave. I asked him, why? Have I done something wrong? Boom. I got jumped. Okay? That's not how you trespass somebody. That's not how the law works, and that shit's not going to fly. So please, call the barracks and complain about arresting Officer Davis. Complain about his partner in crime, Honeywell, who processed and booked me and proceeded to take my shit. You know, it went from, oh yeah, I'll have you out here in an hour or so, to, oh, you got a $10,000 bond and we're going to take your phone now. Right? It went from, yeah, I'm with you, to, no, I'm just like one of them. You're going to want to complain about Sergeant Benoit, the shift commander, badge number 284. Davis's badge number 784. I don't know Honeywell's badge number. Gagney is 963. I'd also like, and I'm going to post tomorrow, or maybe I could do it now. I'd rather wait until tomorrow. I'm getting very tired, but I'm going to post the contact information to the marshals, to the head of the marshals, and we're going to get the supervisors of all those criminal marshals operating in the courthouse located at 69 Brooklyn Street involved. We're going to see what he has to say about the behavior of his underlings there. The black guy and the Puerto Rican guy. The Puerto Rican guy assaulted me. Oh yeah, the black guy too, at the door. You could see it in the video. Maybe I'll throw it up. We'll share a screen. I'll get the video up. I'll kind of finger through it because I haven't seen it. I want to watch myself get arrested just to see what it's like to experience that from outside of the situation. See what you guys got to look at. Let's do that now. Let's see here. Share. Oh, that's not the right one. Maybe this one. Yeah, this is it. All right. So now I can share this screen. Let's see if I still got the magic touch here, guys. Share screen. Window. Chrome tab. 1A audits. Share tab audio. Share. All right.
Some viewers here.
You guys got audio? Can you give me one on the video audio? If the video's got audio, can you hit one? If we got
all right, we got a viewer.
We got good audio here?
Spread the word. We are live.
Audio's good. Give me a one in the comments.
County
You guys got audio?
Rockville Family Courthouse, located in Vernon, Connecticut. This courthouse is home to 3 tyrannical
there we go.
judges, all of which whom are going to lose their qualified immunity and be prosecuted and sued. What's up, Six Banger Conspiracy Media? Yeah, I've already paid a call to the local troop, who I know that the marshals inside are going to attempt to call and file a false police report on me, making claims that I'm creating a disturbance or that I can't film. But we know what the law says, and unless there is a signed order by the judge that restricts access from filming in publicly accessible areas of this courthouse, then our First Amendment absolutely affords us every right, protects our right to film our public servants, including the marshals, in the course of their public duties on behalf of the people. So I put the state police on notice, told them that they can expect a call from the marshals when I try to enter the building. Yep, that's right. They are going to lose their qualified immunity, and they are going to be sued, and they're going to be paying for the damages they've done to my daughter's life, my 4 sons' lives, and my life, and that of my wife's life. And we're going to hold the police and marshals responsible and involved in this giant nightmare as well. But our business...
Well, why do you say that, Carrie S? Not sure I should be playing this right now. It's just a recap of the events. It's irrefutable evidence that I was falsely arrested. I mean, there's nothing that could come out of it that would be favorable to the law enforcement or the marshals involved. I appreciate your concern. I'm a little concerned now myself, but I'm a little perplexed too. I don't quite understand the logic there. Hell yeah, cops can't surf. Hey man, I agree. Thanks for being here. All right, I won't comment on the video. We'll just play it out. You ready?
Business here today is this is a First Amendment audit here at the Tolland County Courthouse, in which I am going to be inspecting records relevant to my family court case. These records have been obstructed, and my access to them has been restricted over and over and over and over again, which has reduced my ability to self-represent and make progress in my family court case down to next to nothing. It's totally unacceptable, and it's causing great harm and great suffering and trauma to my daughter and her life. And we're here today to go ahead and create record of what happens when I go into my courthouse and try to acquire the records that I should have already had months ago. So let's see how this goes here today. Bring our bike inside. Terrence Slayer Studios Mobile 1. See if this guy will hold the door for me. Hey, you mind holding this door for me?
No, you can't bring your bicycle in here.
I can't?
No.
Why not? It's worth like $2,500. It's not safe outside. Is there like a reasonable reason why I can't bring my bike inside? PD lets me bring it in over there. I just left town hall. They let me bring it in over there. I'll leave it here in the foyer then. So here we are, off to a great start. We got moron number 1 and moron number 2 over here. Let's see. What these morons want to do here with me. So, let's go conduct our business. This won't make it through the metal detector.
Well, unfortunately, you can't record in the building, you know that.
I can, it's my First Amendment right, and unless there's a signed order by the judge that prohibits access to publicly accessible areas in recording. I've already called the state police, so if you want to call them, you can. They're going to tell you the same
We've
thing.
been through this already. You need a mask to be in the building.
Oh, I have a mask, it's right here. Yeah, I got a mask, I'll let you violate that right.
You're gonna pay for it. Don't let them know.
But I did call state police, and
All
they
right,
are
well,
aware
we're gonna
of
call
what I'm
them. You
doing
can't come
here.
in recording.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. First Amendment says I can, and if you're going to try to stop me, you're going to have a serious problem. Recording our public officials in the course of their official duties in public is a First Amendment protected activity. It's protected by the Constitution of the United States. So unless there's a signed order from a judge that is housed in this courtroom that restricts access to publicly accessible areas and the recording of our public servants in those areas, and if there's no signed order by a judge that restricts that, then I have full free range to walk into any publicly accessible area of this courthouse and film my officials in the course of their official duties. That's what the law says. If you guys want to challenge that, that's fine, but ultimately I'm going to end up coming inside. I'm going to be using your database and inspecting records today. I'm going to be asking the clerk some questions, and I'm going to create adjective record for the news story. Here you go, folks. We're live. We got Diaz. Sergeant Diaz over there. We've got, how are you, sir?
Fairly well. Sir, you're not allowed to film in here.
I
Step
can,
out.
I can film. I've already talked to state police. I've talked to an attorney. I know what my rights are.
Step out.
I'm well within my rights. I'm not doing anything illegal here. I'm just here to inspect some records today. I've already called state police, let them know that I'm going to be here and that the marshals need to be educated on the law.
Step out.
Yeah, they know. I already called them before I came in here.
So can we just make it easy, just step outside till they get here? If they say otherwise, then that's fine. But right now, you know you can't be in the building.
But I'm trying to work with you. Just have a reasonable
trying to work
conversation
with
with
you.
me.
So-
I know what the laws are. I'm well aware of what the laws are.
If
I
you
am
step
too,
outside,
sir.
wait till they get here, and we'll figure it out.
It's much warmer in here. I'd rather
You can
stand
wait in
here.
the foyer. You can't
Okay.
record
Would you
inside
like to
the
come to the foyer and speak with me?
building. You can't record inside the building. I'm asking you nicely.
Oh, I'm stepping out, but are you restricting my access here, Sergeant
As of
Diaz?
right now, yes, to see if
Yeah,
we get
as of
here.
right now, yes, yeah. Because we need the state's police. We need state police permission to inspect public records and film in publicly accessible areas of our state. Oh, okay, go ahead. You're in. No, I'm not blocking anything.
Excuse me.
Oh, I was talking to this gentleman.
Just wait out there.
Well, I asked you a question.
Can you just wait out there? We'll be with
I
you.
am waiting out here. I was just asking you a question. Yeah. There you go. Connecticut's finest. Look at these monkeys. It's like they're not even people. They're robots, malevolent drones. Sir, your rights don't matter here. Sir, this isn't the United States. You don't have any rights here. I'm Sergeant Diaz. I'm in charge. Okay. We'll see how far this goes. We'll see how far it goes. So the objective here today, folks, is we are inspecting records relevant to my family court case, which those clerks in there have been obstructing for months. Wait until you see the emails I dump online for you guys to read. You got the chief clerk. What is his name? The chief clerk. Big fatty. He's forged his name, forged his signature as someone else's signature in email correspondence to me. He's corresponding to me in email with the name of a retired clerk and telling me why I'm not getting my records. On June the 3rd, I came down to this courthouse to physically pick up the records that were prepared for me by the head custodian of records, Sharon Rosado. She emailed me, told me that they were physically here, physically prepared, and ready to be picked up. So, what do? We come here. We go to physically pick up those records, and what do the lying clerks who are abusing their power and playing charades with the people say? Oh, there's nothing here for you to pick up. Nothing's been prepared. You haven't filled out any paperwork. The judge never even granted a waiver fee. We don't have any of that on record. Well, they should, because all of that stuff happened. And instead of giving me my records that day, they decided to call the Connecticut State Police on me. Gee, imagine that. So I'm just going to go inside and start recording as soon as the police come here, who I've already called and put on notice. I will upload the static recording of the phone call to Connecticut State Police. Yeah. So here we go. Inconvening my life.
This one is?
This is 69 Brooklyn Street. This is the Rockville Family Courthouse, located on 69 Brooklyn Street in Vernon, Rockville, Connecticut. I don't know if they call it Rockville or Vernon, but it's one of the two. We're located at 69 Brooklyn Street, and these egregious marshals are breaking our laws and violating my rights. All right? All right, so we're going to let it pan out. We're going to gain access to the building. We're going to put the clerks on notice and film them. We are going to use the computer database and obtain public record. And we're going to file federal court cases at the Second Circuit Court in Connecticut. Yeah. You know, these idiots just need to be educated. That's the problem here. We're living amongst a bunch of idiots who think they have authority over our lives. There's one right there. His name is Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
And there's his subservient onlooker who does nothing when her coworkers violate the rights of the citizens and break the laws. That makes her complicit in a crime. Complicit in a crime. So this courthouse is home to some of the most criminal judges in the state of Connecticut. The judges here, they don't even need a hearing or a statement or a witness or any sort of procedure to make rulings. They just make rulings out of thin air in this courthouse. It's what they like to do best. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to be waiting very much longer for the police before I go and just conduct my business. Yeah. I'll just walk in there and conduct my business anyway, because I know that I'm lawful in my actions. This guy's got no authority to stop me from lawful activities. Nobody does. They won't be judges very much longer. Judges can lose their immunity when they operate outside of the procedural requirements, and that's exactly what these judges do. The case we have against them, that which we've been building throughout our investigations, is pretty much a slam dunk. Hey, I sincerely appreciate that, John Smith. You know, I got a big family, and this is how I'm choosing to try and support it. So, I mean, charitable donations are absolutely always sincerely appreciated and accepted. If anyone is interested in making a charitable donation, you can go ahead and do that at paypal.me/Tyrant Slayer Studios. How many people are you screwing over today, buddy? Yeah, a lot of people in foster care are molested, and it's all facilitated by the state. So let's see here. Hey, how much longer until the cops...
You're on their way, so just...
Yeah, well, I mean, I got a lot of business. I got to wrap with the mayor in a little while, and I can't be hanging around all day while you guys violate my rights.
And I understand, and...
Yeah, well, if you understand, then you would actually go get the law and read it and let me in the building, but you don't understand. Yeah. Well, they don't have much longer before I come in. Mark my words, pal. Yeah. And if you touch me, I'll have you charged with assault. Yeah. Abuse of power, deprivation of rights under the color of law, Title 18, Section 242. Want to go to federal court? Yeah. Look at the arrogance. The big fat schlep thinks he knows it all. Sir, this is a publicly accessible area, right? This is publicly accessible? I'm not on the side of the
You're in
secure
building.
thing?
I'm asking you nicely, just bear with us, they're on their way.
I'm bearing with you. I'll stand here.
You have to wait outside.
I'll stand here.
I'm not...
This
I'm
is
not-
publicly
listen,
accessible. I'm not
I'm
breaking any
asking
law
you-
by standing here.
Yes, you are.
You can ask
You're
me.
impeding the entranceway for everyone else to come in. You have to wait outside.
I'll wait right here.
Listen, you have to wait outside.
I don't. This is
You
a
asked me to
publicly...
work with you, I'm working with you.
Right.
So can we see eye to eye, just wait outside till we resolve this?
What is the purpose of me waiting
Because you
outside?
can't be in the building recording.
Well, I want to record what you guys are saying about me.
We're not talking
You
about
violate
you.
my rights by not listening to me, by stepping outside. Section 217, constitutional law. Please.
That's not a lawful order because I'm not doing anything unlawful.
I didn't say it was a lawful order.
Well, then I'm not violating your rights.
It is. Step out. Come on, let's go.
Please don't touch me.
Let's
We're
go.
asking you nicely.
And I'm
We're asking
nicely declining
We're
your
asking you nicely.
request.
You can wait all the way outside. You have your First Amendment right to record outside.
I have my First
We're allowing
Amendment.
you
It
to
applies
go
in
in
all
the
publicly accessible
Excuse me,
areas.
sir.
Please don't touch me, sir.
Excuse me. Excuse
The
me.
First Amendment
You're
applies
blocking my
to...
post, sir. Excuse
Oh,
me.
this is your post?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Look at this, folks.
Excuse
Look at
me.
this. You know you're live on the internet? This is,
Excuse me.
what's your name?
Excuse me.
What's your name?
My name is Timothy Riley.
Yes, what's your name?
Excuse me.
Yeah, this is Diaz,
Excuse me.
and this is shit for brains. That's what we'll call him. What's your name, sir? You're gonna let this guy assault me? That makes you complicit in a crime.
Excuse me, sir.
Are you gonna allow this to continue, ma'am? Are you gonna allow these guys to act this way? So that makes you complicit in a crime. Yeah. Moo Moo Pagoda. Look at these guys. Look at them. How did you guys even get this job when you're so ignorant to the law? Yeah. We're not backing down off of this. We're getting the records that prove that this courthouse is breaking the law. And they can call the police and restrict my access all they want, but it's going to happen. He thinks he's intimidating. It's so funny. These people are out of control. This is what tyranny looks like. You're blocking my post. Hey, you're not in your post. Where's that guy? Hey, where's our guard for his post? He's not at his post. Is he AWOL? Yeah, just close the door. I'll stand wherever I want in public. Thank you. I'm fine here. What's up, Soy? New England Truth, Ex-Donator, Zanja Von Badman, Fuck the SS, Nathaniel Steinborn, Mass Citizen, Free Me, Seth Black. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Please smash that like button for me. Share the link to this video. Let all your friends and family know about the prevalent presence of tyranny here at 69 Brooklyn Street, the Rockville Family Courthouse. You've got, I think I counted 4 completely ignorant, uneducated, unintelligent stooges of the state here, doing absolutely nothing except violating people's rights. How does it make you feel? This is where your hard-earned tax dollars are going. To that, right there. Look at them, standing there doing nothing all day long. Losers. Losers.
Sir, you can't come in unless the police tell us it's okay.
Oh, the police are your lawyers? The police know the law? You think the police know what the laws are? Do you think the police know the Constitution? That stubborn thing they take a stubborn oath to? Do you think the Connecticut State Police know what it means and what it says and how to uphold their oath? We're going to find out here at Tyrant Slayer Studios today. Roy Smith, yeah, that's the Pimp Mac Daddy's name there. Roy Smith, Chief Clerk, Chief Master Forger and Operator of illegal activities here at 69 Brooklyn Street, Rockville, Connecticut. Chief Tubbs, Roy Smith. Tubby, that's what we're going to call him. Tubby. Thinks he can forge a retired state worker's name, forge a case flow coordinator's name, and pretend that she's the one corresponding with me. While he denies access to public record and obstructs my ability to defend myself and my daughter, obstructs my right to due process, endangering the life of a minor child. Yeah. There's another schlep. Yeah. You know what I could do is I could just put this in my bag and then take it out once I get past the guards. I think I'll do that too. I think I'll do that if they keep me waiting here much longer. I'm getting sick and tired of waiting. Maybe I could call the police and have the marshal charged with assault. How about that? I wonder what happened to Wanzik. Did he lose his job, or did he get transferred to another station where he violates people's rights there? Yeah, no? No one knows? Look at this brown noser. Look at him. So the police are on their way. Connecticut State Police are on their way. Evidently, the call I made to put them on notice, requesting that they advise these idiots of the law, wasn't enough. Oh, looks like they're all going to get schooled now. What's the matter? You guys gonna go get schooled? Gonna go get educated? Woohoo! Yeah, then you're gonna get out of my way. Idiots. Looks like something's happening here. Something is happening here. Hopefully the supervisor knows what's going on and makes them aware of what our laws are and allows me to exercise my rights unobstructed, because that's the purpose of today's...
I need you to leave.
I'm sorry?
I need you to leave.
Why am I being asked to leave? Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. Look at this. Look at this.
What are you doing?
You're a reporter.
So what? I'm on public property. It's my right.
You're not just reached the building and you're violating.
I'm waiting for police.
You're in custody, sir. Take him into custody.
Put your hands back.
No, I'm waiting
Put
for
your
the
hands
police.
back.
You don't have any authority over me. I haven't broken any laws.
Yeah, you violated law.
Hands back.
Violated.
I haven't violated any laws.
Put your hands back.
Recordings are not allowed.
I'm in a public.
Okay.
Just making sure it was working.
Well, there you have it, folks. I guess have I still got good audio? Is my audio working here? Hit 1 for audio. I got good audio? 1 for good audio, 2 for no audio. Good. Where's my numbers at, guys? Where am I at? My audio good? All right. So, there you have it. I guess my last hope was far from ever being achievable. I actually, for a second, before that guy opened up the door, thought that he was going to let me in, and I was going to be able to go and get the records that I need as evidence in a court case. Yeah, that's going to save a 12-year-old little girl from, it's beyond plausible to suggest that she's being molested by heroin addicts. My daughter. Mm-hmm. So everything I'm doing here today is to help my daughter. You see? See, I'm not an asshole. I'm not just standing in front of a marshal going, "What are you going to do about it?" You see? I'm conducting official business, and I'm trying to prevent my daughter from any further trauma, abuse, and neglect, which to no avail, like all of my efforts between DCF, the Connecticut Children's Law Center. DCF is Department of Children and Families. Connecticut Children's Law Center. Vernon Police Department. Troop C. Talent State Police. The courthouse. All of the different attorneys that have a bar card in this state that I've talked to send you around a circle. All of them. Nobody wants to take a case like this. Oh, we don't do cases like this. Right? Well, that's okay. I got a friend. Artie's Corporate Friction. He's going to help me out, right, Artie? I sure hope so, pal. I sure hope so. Maybe you could give me some legal information. I don't want any legal advice. I just want some guidance, my man. I want some direction. I want to know what motion needs to be filed and then how to properly file that motion. Well, I know what motions need to be filed, but I don't know the process, my man. You see, I filed motions for contempt. I've addressed her countless statements that are just straight out perjury. And rather than the judge, like according to the Connecticut practice book, taking that motion for contempt in my, addressing my testimony about her perjury and the evidence of it between her statements on the court transcripts and her statements in police reports, which completely contradict one another, right down to the address of residency and everything, and who's living with her and what his name is. I mean, there's a false name. She gave a false name for her boyfriend because he had a warrant. She doesn't want her parolee boyfriend going back to jail, because how's she going to get her heroin? So, she got to lie to the police about his name, and then she lied to the court about his name. And the only way I was able to detect that was by doing First Amendment audits and knowing my rights and educating myself on the Connecticut general statutes and watching Rogue Nation and watching Rights Crispy, watching John Felix and DPN and all the guys, man. They've helped me, and they're not attorneys. They give me legal information, and I've been very successful in what I've been able to accomplish here, but for some reason the state is forbidding me to proceed any further. No matter what the situation, the variable, the way I do it, whether it's on the phone, whether it's through email, or whether I go there physically in person, I am not getting these records. Period. Vernon PD is doing the same thing. You see, there's cops involved, and I think there's other things going on with my ex and that address and that convict over there. And his name isn't even his real name on a court order. Like, that's perjury, like to the umpteenth degree there. And when I file these motions and stuff, the judges send me a letter in the mail saying, the motions are dismissed because you failed to prosecute. I have to write a criminal affidavit? Do I have to arrest her for perjury? I mean, it is a felony violation of Connecticut general statutes. Do I arrest her myself? Or do I call the police? Because it's a criminal felony violation of the law. Well, if you call the police in Connecticut and you try to ask them to investigate and issue either a citation, a summons, or an arrest warrant for someone guilty of criminal violation of the perjury statute in the state of Connecticut, they tell you, no, that's a civil thing. You have to handle that in court. What? Does that make any sense to you? To anybody watching? What? I have to address a criminal violation in civil court. Now, when I address it in civil court, they tell me I have to prosecute. So what am I supposed to do? Do I arrest her myself and then write the affidavit myself and do all the investigating myself? Do I make my own badge? Like, what is it the state's telling me I need to do here? Because as far as I know, I'm doing everything the right way, and it's getting me arrested. You see, playing by their rules gets me arrested. It gets them to violate the very Connecticut judicial procedural requirements and the rules and regulations that would actually constitute removing the immunity of these judges, these appointed judges. There's like a racket. This courthouse is a racket. And it is dirty. And I'm going to be dropping the names and all of the movers and all of the shakers and all of the content I've been hoarding through my investigations for the last 7 months. We're going to see. This goes back to the former chief of Vernon PD. He's over there sitting on his boat in his retirement, having a good old time at my daughter's expense. It's It's amazing I'm as composed as I am. I'll tell you that right now. I'm talking about my little girl. Where are all the fathers at out there? I need some support. Just some kind words, some love. Share my videos. Get involved. Let your friends know I'm onto something here. And that I need support. The people need each other. We don't need DCF. We don't need lawyers, that's for sure. Like, well, those bar-associated lawyers in Connecticut. I could use Artie's help. He's a lawyer. Yeah, I could use some help, my man. In a real bad way. Real bad. So, I don't know, I guess that's it. There's other things going on in the community. I'm a little shaken up here. I don't think I could talk about this stuff anymore. I gotta give it a break, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. You know, what else can I tell you right now? I'm gonna be making a lot of phone calls tomorrow. I gotta get Tyrant Slayer Studios Mobile 1 back. You know, I gotta spend money I don't have, and I gotta find a way through, like everybody else, right? With that said, I love each and every one of you. Again, Poor Dirt Farmer, you were amazing today. PDF, you were amazing today. I sincerely appreciate everything you did. You're welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. I wish I could articulate more for you right now. I'm just too emotionally overwhelmed, and I got to get something to eat. So, just watching that takes a lot out of me, man. Like, this is, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. But thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'll definitely be on. Ciao for now. And if I didn't say your name tonight, I'm sorry. I'll get to you. Stick with me, please. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And if you have not done so already, please, for the love of God, head on over to activismnewsnetwork.com and subscribe to Activism News Network. You're going to get exclusive content there, and I'm going to be damn sure of that. And I know my colleagues will too. We're in the infant stages still over there, and we could use some love. So get in the spirit, spread the love. It's us, man. It's us versus them. And if we don't come together and help each other, then we're all going to get arrested at one point or another, and we're all going to be violated. So let's get our shit together. I'll see you tomorrow.